Go. Oh, aloha everyone. Welcome to our call this evening. Today is Wednesday, April, 28th already of 2021. And I'm calling in from a little town called Orondo, Washington, where I reside on our family apple orchard. And I'm an original island girl transplanted to Las Vegas, for 17 years, and now here farming for 15. So I have quite a diverse background running multiple businesses and have always had multiple things going, but I feel like I've really found my passion because I'm able to use my skills and delve into an arena that is just exploding. So timing is perfect for me and my family. So welcome, Maggie, to the call. I'm glad you're here, and to everyone else who's chimed in. We're going to just jump right on in. As I mentioned, our agenda this evening is for me to give you a good overview of why so many people are flocking to educating themselves during a time when people are feeling somewhat stuck and not sure what's to come and how they can protect themselves and their families. Then I'll end the session tonight with a checklist that you can leave with. I'll post the PDF right here in the chat, or I could email that to you, or the person that invited you to this call can do a follow-up. All right, so a little bit of background about my experience in this field 2 years ago is when I was introduced to it. Frankly, I had zero interest. Honestly, I never thought that I would end up in anything to deal with detailed finances or numbers or anything. My business is in the consulting and training business in hotels and casinos. And I'm celebrating my 30th year, and I've enjoyed that part of my life and have been successful, thank goodness, for my clients. And so while I've been self-employed, I've recognized though that if there was anything that I could do to create a residual income or something that could pay me while I was sleeping, then, of course I'd be interested. Now, my son was the one who had a particular interest. He saw on his uncle's smartphone a dollar trade that turned into $1,700. Many of you have heard that story already. But my son, Koa, at 16 years old, recognized, hey, this is something I need to look into. Long story short, he started studying on this platform. He's 18 till today, and this is going to be his career. He's doing it. He can't wait for graduation in a month or so he can be doing this full time. So that was my journey at the beginning, and I'll share with you a little bit about let me share with you with some of my slides here. Okay, and so you can see my screen. Pop this up here. There we go. All right, so tonight I'll be sharing with you a little bit about this platform called the I Am Mastery Academy. This is where we initially got started and learned about this trading space. And tonight we're going to be talking about dollars openly. And so I just have to share with you that past profits of what I share about money is, again, not guaranteeing your future success. Everyone is so different. And so I just have to share that with you. Again, past profits don't guarantee future success. Every individual has different variables that may cause them to be successful or not. So tonight, welcome everyone to the foreign exchange realm or arena, something that I had never heard of. FRX, or you might have heard of Forex, has been around for centuries. The only thing is that many of us have not been participating in it. Many years ago, it was just the large businesses, our government corporations that could play here. And because of the invention of the internet and Wi-Fi and whatnot, people like you and me can be retail traders and tap this market. So I'm going to be giving you a good overview of this and how it relates to digital currency, which is here to stay. And we need to be
6:30. I checked that already.
I'm just going to mute our lines. Let's see if y'all could help me if you have an open mic. Okay, awesome. So anyway, guys, tonight, I want you to be thinking about how you have participated in foreign exchange and may not have even realized it. If you've had a bank account, know that your banks have been trading your deposits for years and yet giving us such a small return for our deposits that are sitting in our bank accounts. So indirectly, we've been participating in the foreign exchange market. And in a more realistic or practical way, many of us have traveled to foreign countries. And whenever we've traveled across the border and taken our US dollar and traded it for Japanese yen or the pesos or whatnot, on that day of that exchange, we are making money or losing money, right? Depending on, again, the difference of the exchange rate. Essentially, tonight, that is what we're going to be talking to you about, how people make money on the movement of money, not necessarily by owning it, okay? So let me kind of compare it to the New York Stock Exchange. Many of you have heard of that, of stocks. And there are some distinct differences that you need to understand. So first of all, this marketplace runs about $24 to $28 billion a day, very impressive. But think about this number, 6.7 trillion, is what you're seeing on your screen, has now actually grown closer to $8 trillion of business moving about our globe in the foreign exchange currency market. Okay, foreign currencies are constantly moving, whether there's a pandemic, whether there's a recession, whether there's an earthquake somewhere in the world. Again, money moves, and this is the arena that we're talking about participating in. Now, many of you may not even really know what $1 trillion is. Oh, I never wrapped my head around it until I heard that it takes 1,000 billions to create $1 trillion. This is crazy. We're talking 6.7 trillion per day. All right, so you can imagine just a speck of that could help a family feed their families and shelter them and have a good lifestyle if you have the skill set to know how to do that. All right, so this is why we're here and so many people flocking to this realm of educating themselves so that they can take advantage of what's available. This is a market open 24/5, and I'm glad to tell you right now, it's actually 24/7 because of the invention of digital currencies, all right? So again, many of the new students that we've been working with have full-time jobs, multiple jobs, but they're having the privilege of learning this and making money in this market from wherever they are 24/7. All right, this is a market that you can exchange in without owning any physical money. Let me explain this, all right? We so often think about real estate or mutual funds or stocks where you have to buy something, you buy a stock, you hold on to it until it escalates, and then you sell it for a profit, right? And the beautiful part about exchange in the foreign exchange market and trading here is that we make money on the movement of money as it goes up and when it goes down. I know that's hard to believe, but I'm going to show you on a chart exactly what we mean by making money on the movement of money tonight. All right. Now, there's another growing market. Many of you are on this call specifically because you have an interest in this growing market that's getting up to $1 trillion. I'm probably sure we're at that $1 trillion marker already. This is a global form of payment. If you have not been involved in learning about cryptocurrencies, then this is the time to do so. In fact, I feel kind of like we're late for the party. I think less than 10% of the population is already owning some form of digital currency. This form of payment, you're going to see more and more companies accepting digital currencies as a form of payment, aka Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. You've heard that, but I'm going to refer to it as digital currencies or DCX, all right? So keep in mind when I'm speaking about this realm, I'm speaking about digital currencies and I'm talking about foreign currencies as well, right? And so the knowledge, it runs very closely in terms of trading. All right, so this is all possible because of this couple here. Chris Terry was an educator. They're both multi-figure traders, and their dream was to create a platform that we're using now, because back then he was training new Forex traders in the masses in large ballrooms, giving them a big fat book and wishing them luck after a week of training. Guys, you can't learn how to trade Forex out of a book. You know, this is something you've got to be immersed in. Chris was always so sickened over the idea of taking these people's money, and when he knew that it required so much more. All right, so he invented this platform. It's Learning Simplified. This is how my son and myself got introduced and got immersed into these markets. And again, everything at my fingertips on my time. So for me being self-employed and having multiple businesses, this was perfect to be able to be a part of this academy that I could come in when I had the time. I could study for 15 minutes or for 4 hours, depending on what was going on. So the academy is made up of videos of 100 to 400 series, just like a college. But again, I have access to it like e-learning. And then I can go back to that library over and over again. Now, another market or area of specialty is what we call high frequency Mastery Academy. And in fact, Deb and Carl were on, and hopefully Lay was there too. This morning, we are trading we're trading HFX. And yes. I'm going to pause here. Deb, Carl, Lay, what were your impressions of that session this morning, watching high frequency trading?
Remy, this is Deb, and Carl sitting next to me. It was awesome. We love looking at charts. So, you know, when we saw the trend lines going up and down, it was like, okay, buy, sell. We didn't even know what we were saying or doing, but Johnny O was like, okay, you know, everybody wait. Okay, it's going to go higher or it's going to go lower. And Rosemary was on, and I think Kenny, I think that was his name. And of course you were on, you know, Remy, and it was awesome.
I'm so glad.
Yes.
I'm so tickled that you got to be a fly on the wall, and we want to invite any of you who would like to actually witness what it's like to trade binary options. That's this type of trade. You're welcome to. We're on every morning at 9:30. Typically at night too, but this month we've taken the night off. So it's at Monday through Thursday at 9:30. You can jump on and just watch and to see what this type of trading is all about. So this type of trading is what we call time-based trading. It's money in minutes. You're investing, say, $10, and in 2 minutes, you'll make 70% of that back. So you're making $7 in 2 minutes, or if you go in for 100, you'd make $70 in those 2 minutes. Just depends on your trade amount. But this is, again, an example of just one aspect of this trading space that we are educating people on. Now, what is the most exciting, I think, right at this particular moment is the DCX, as I've been mentioning to you, the digital currency realm. And we have an academy for those of you who are specifically interested in learning about cryptocurrencies and where to invest. And there's two types or two sides of the DCX Academy. One, learning the investment part of it. For those of you who may not be able to be trading actively right now, you can develop a portfolio. Many of us do both. We have a portfolio, we're making investments and allowing that to grow. All right, and the reason why it's so hot right now is because we have opportunity to get in at a very small fraction of the cost that or the value that it will be into the future. In fact, I'm going to have Maggie comment a little bit about her portfolio that she's been building, but that's one side of it. And the other side of the DCX is the trading side of cryptocurrency. Now, if you've been following the trend, Bitcoin has been taking a little bit of a drop, right, over the last few days. Here's the thing about trading. If you knew that, you could be in on a trade on Bitcoin going down. Remember, I talked to you about making money on the movement of money going up, and we also do coming down. So can you imagine if you were educated to know how to do that while you also had a portfolio, how powerful or how empowering that would be? Maggie, could you comment a little bit about your decision to switch over to building a portfolio and some of the things that inspired you to do so? This is Maggie Bremer from Wenatchee, Washington.
Hi, Reimi. Hello to everybody. I know I have some friends on here tonight. Just want to say hi to welcome all of you here tonight. Yes, I've been really inspired about a digital currency this year, especially. I kind of transitioned I've been going through the Forex school and doing Forex trading, and at the beginning of the year just transitioned into doing more investing and looking into cryptocurrency, and found out what that was all about. And I just been just completely amazed of what I've discovered about all these revolutionary software programs and projects, and it's so interesting. You find that you read about these different projects and you want to get involved with all of them. But you have to, you read, you get informed. It's similar to like, the stock market. I find it interesting because you learn a lot of new things. Then you can learn about the projects and how big they are and get wisdom if this is something good to get invested in, and is this a good team, and do some research, of course, before you do invest. But once you kind of look at the project and see where the price is and see if it's on a pullback, and you always want to wait for the pullback or the drop, buy low, sell high.
Yes.
Which is very simple. Digital currencies, they run up, then they're going to run down, and so it's just a progression as it moves up, and you can very easily learn to buy and sell.
Maggie,
And
do you know
yes.
about any? Were you a trader before this? You sound like you know what you're doing.
No, I got started in June of 2019, and I had never done anything in the Forex market or anything to do with trading. And so I went to school, went through the academy, and learned, was up in the middle of the night doing the London session, New York session, learning how to trade on all the different time frames, how to mark up my charts, learned all about that. There's so much you can learn about marking up charts and being wise about that, learning what kind of time frame that you would fit your personality. You really just have to find what does fit your personality. It is very individual because we're all different.
Yes. I'm smiling ear to ear, guys, because I was there when Maggie was praying about this and saying, I wonder if I should pursue this. And to hear her speak to you today, I'm just so moved by that. Maggie, I'm very so proud of you. Again, when we take control back, meaning we empower ourselves with knowledge, and it's not just about knowing things, it's knowing how, right? What to do with that information. And so I want you to recognize that in a platform like this, you have education, a lot of videos you can learn from. But this piece that you're looking at on the screen right here is called Go Live. This is the second and probably the most powerful part of our Academy platform, where you're trading and training, with educators that you have access to 24/7. These over 150 educators that have been vetted that are teaching you with a whole schedule like this. You'll see it Monday all the way through. Let me move our pictures on side. And you can find a teacher that is teaching when you're available to learn. And they become like your mentors. You're able to collaborate with them and fit it into your schedule. But the best part about it is there are many of these educators that are actively trading at the time that they're teaching. They're taking their own personal trades for their own profit. And you are able then to jump on those, what we call signals, as they educate you on why they're seeing a buy or sell opportunity. So how cool is that, right? To have a mentor with you who has proven to be a six-figure trader, say, and be able to explain why they're getting into a trade. And then you could choose whether or not you wanted to get into it. And by the way, everybody, when you're a student, we begin with a $100,000 demo. All right, and you're gonna hear, I'm gonna ask John to share a little bit about his first few weeks as a student in his demo, and talk about that. I'm giving you a warning, John. Anyway, so Go Live is the second part. And the third piece that I wanted you to be aware of tonight are the tools that people use today that are basically technology. Now, I'm not a geek when it comes to technology, so I need to almost like be handheld and told, okay, Reimi, get in now, get in here. And so I learned from what we call copy-paste trading. And this funny looking contraption, it looks like a EKG on your screen, is one of my most favorite tools. It's called the harmonic scanner. This gives me, it's basically an algorithm, right? This mathematical equation that scans the market looking for a particular pattern. And then it tells me, it alerts me when there is a high probability trade. In fact, I pulled it up. Last night, I wasn't able to get it up on the screen. Let me see if you can see this. This is my harmonic scanner. No, this is not this one is here. Can you still see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is an example of a scan that has just come across here. And let me see here. This one is GBE, that's the name of the broker. Let's go to XAU, this is gold. And yes, we trade commodities, oil, silver, gold, you know, even the US 30, the indices and so on. Now that's for the big boys, but this one is a gold trade right now. It's calling for a sell. And do you know, in one lesson, I could show you where to get in, where to get out, and you would be able to interpret this. It's that easy. I hate to make it sound so simplistic, but it tells you where to enter. You notice it says entry. It tells you stop loss. It means where to put your protection in case the market goes the other way. And then it gives you TPs, everybody. That stands for take profits, right? So let me make it a little bit bigger. So this is projecting that price is going to drop down to this TP. And if I have gotten in at this first entry here, this green line, and I take it down to TP1, that is a total, my eyes aren't on, 95, is that 95 pips right there? So if every pip, you're gonna learn this, is $1, you would make $95, okay? It just depends on what your trade amount is. So you probably are wondering, well, how accurate is something like this? It's a bunch of numbers and lines on a chart. So I'm sharing with you some trades that have already played out, all right? Here's one. This is a NZD USD, the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. It was called here at the D, where the entry line is, and it took off. Look at it, it went straight up, guys. It hit TP1, it hit TP2 and TP3. This harmonic tool nets about an 80% win rate to TP number 1. That is the lowest risk because it's the closest to the entry. Let's take a look at another one. AUDJPY, another buy opportunity, started at the green, hit TP1, 2, and 3. Here's another one, and that was AUDJPY. Let's look at this one. AUDNZD, this was a sell, started here at the green, hit TP1, 2, and 3. All right, so if you had gotten into this trade 3 times, you could have profited 3 times. Here's another one. AUD USD, AUD by the way is Australian dollar. It hit TP1 and 2. All right, so again, these are just examples of trade signals that someone like me as a beginner, well, I'm not such a beginner anymore, but at the beginning, I would take these trade ideas to practice on in my demo account. All right, and many of our students, some of you on the call, also were learning utilizing this tool. Now, this is not to be underestimated. There are master traders who continue to use the harmonic scanner to look for trades. Now, and by the way, we do not just randomly take that, you know, just sight unseen. I mean, you could while you're beginning, but we teach you how to read the chart so you can decide whether or not you agree before taking a trade, all right? So other types of technology like the harmonics comes in the form of an app. So if you're an app person and on the go, you could be given trade alerts like this one called Swipe Coin. That is for our digital currency family members who want to take trades on, say, cryptocurrency like Litecoin or Ripple, and there's so many different coins out there that you could be trading. But this would alert you to get into a buy or sell. All right. So again, utilizing technology to your advantage so you can learn and earn on the go is such a big part. So you might be thinking, well, gosh, where do I get started? And that's what the second half of this session is all about. Where do you begin? right? When you know nothing like me, where do you begin? This 3-week course is something that my team has developed over the last year, and we're so proud of this process because it's enabled people to get a quick immersion into trading that's beyond what I Am Mastery Academy is providing, okay? Because I'll tell you honestly, when you get onto our platform, it's kind of like drinking from a fire hose, honestly. It's like so much good information from the scanner to go live education to the academy. It can be a little overwhelming. So what we do in this 3-week course is we break it down step by step so that you are taking just the part of information you need right now to advance your understanding. All right, next week, we're starting our week 1 of 3 weeks. And notice on the screen here, May 3rd through the 21st is what we're running. Our week 1 is open to the public. And so if you've been invited to this call, then the person that invited you can get you the link that you see up here. It says orientation. On Sunday night at 5 p.m., I'll be doing a tour of what it's like to take this course. I'm going to take you onto the Google Classroom, where we put up all of our videos and homework assignments, and tell you exactly what would the 3 weeks look like, or at least for 1 week, you know, if you're not a member of IM yet. And you're frankly not sure if you really want to pursue this, then we invite you for week 1. And our goal is to pour into you as much as we can with the tools of the trade to actually have you take trades so you got a good sense of what the life of a trader would be like, and how what is this study going to look like. And by the end of the week, you'll have a better sense of whether or not you'd like to do this. So I'm going to stop share right here because I want to ask John if he would say, is John, yeah, John's still here. Hey, John, would you share, because you're a recent graduate just last month completing the course, tell us what were some of your reflections on it? You walked in with experience in trading. So yeah, I'm curious to see what you have to say.
I'm happy to. Thank you, Reimi. Basically, when I came in, it was like a last minute thing because I didn't know about this at all, and I found out and jumped in. I had a pretty strong knowledge of trading stocks and options, so I wasn't sure how this was all going to go. I can tell you that this is very similar. If you want to trade stocks, options, whatever you want to do, this is exactly the same tools you would use. When I jumped in, you know, like Reimi was saying, like they give you demo accounts to practice techniques to teach you how to spot stuff, you know, with the naked eye without having to use those charts. There's a ton of tools in there. She just showed you like one of the tools. There's so many tools in there. It's unreal. And once you start learning those tools and all the techniques they're going to teach you on all the different indicators, I mean, it's so easy to make money. I mean, you could lose money, but typically you're going to make money. And like, what was my first, after week 2 or week 3, you know, I don't remember how much I made, Reimi. Was it like 5,000 or 10,000, or it was fake money, but it was fake money. And then we started getting into other stuff, you know, the high frequency FRX, and I doubled that account probably after the first 2 weeks. You know, you know, once you start learning the stuff and using the tools, it's a phenomenal program. And Reimi does a great job at always having classes and just refresher sessions all the time. So that like she was saying, the trainers out there like Patrick Kinney and some of these guys, I mean, you'll hear their names, Kurt Cobain. You follow them, and I hate to say this, but you don't have to really do your due diligence because they're doing it for you right live, and you can do those trades.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to do your own due diligence, see what they're doing, but like Reimi was saying, if you don't know what you're doing and you just want to practice, jump in there, do it, see how it goes, and you'll learn.
Yes. I remember the day, guys, that John came to a call and he says, Reimi, you got to help me open my live account. All right, guys, we don't recommend that you just jump into a live account, okay? It's like going to become a dentist, right? You don't go for 1 month of dental school and say, okay, I'll pull your tooth out for you, right? Well, anyway, John came to the call saying, I got to get my real account. Now, we only recommend that is when you've grown your account. When you've grown your account or doubled your account, you've demonstrated competency, right? So when I found out the success that he had I said, okay, I will definitely help you. So congratulations on your recent success, John. You're such an inspiration to us.
Well, thank you. And it's a great program, and for anybody that jumps in, it's very well worth it. I didn't hesitate. Looking at the price. If you get into this stuff, I mean, I didn't even bat an eyelash just because I know that it's so easy to make that back plus so much more. To me, it's a write-off of all the money I'm going to be making.
Well, and again, John, coming from someone who has experience in this realm, it speaks volumes. So thank you for your thoughts on your experience. We're excited.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Our team. So there you have it, a little bit about the course that's coming up. I know you probably have questions about exactly how that works, but again, you'll get a link. You can sign up for it, and then you can decide whether or not come to the orientation, and then we can get you going the following week. And by the way, this is self-paced course, everybody. This is not and it's not graded. Okay, we do ask you to do homework because we know if you apply yourself, you're going to do better, right? So we're going to ask you to use the tools and turn it in, and come every evening. We're going to be available at 7 o'clock to just walk you through what was covered in the video that you have all day to watch. And if you can't watch it every day, it's okay. I've had some people just watch 3 videos all on one day, right? So you kind of go and make it up as you go. But a couple of thoughts before we migrate over to the checklist that I promised you. I want you to be mindful that all that we're doing is because we want to move ourselves over to the right side of money. Many of you probably already read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, one of our mentors in the business, because he has established this truth. You see the employee quadrant in the upper left? We are people who trade our hours for dollars. If you have a job, which is wonderful, it's a blessing to have a job, but it's not necessarily going to set your family free, and it's not the most secure place to be. Even self-employed, I'm self-employed, but basically, guys, I'm unemployed every time my clients don't hire me. It's a very precarious position to be in. I'm also a farmer. When I can't sell my apples, guess what, right? I don't have an income. So we all need to be responsible and start thinking about what are we going to do to move ourselves over to this business owner or investor quadrant. And many of us don't have the capital to start a brick and mortar business like a McDonald's, but we do now have the opportunity to become investors. And this makes up, say, 4% of the population. Again, people into real estate or mutual funds, stocks, options, and FRX, and the digital currency world of investments, right? So congratulations for recognizing the value of educating yourself in that regard. There's no time better than now to just begin learning. So where do we get started? Basically, our academy has several packages. One is the elite. This is a person who wants to get involved or exposed to the FRX, the HFX, and the DCX Academy. We pay just this $324.95 when John was saying that it's a small amount compared to the income potential here, or even if you compared it to a college tuition that you would be paying per credit hour, $324.95 is a small amount of money considering the education that you receive that's at your fingertips. Now, the subscription that we pay is $274.95. Again, there are no contracts. This is not like a college in that you have to sign up for a whole semester or a whole year or a 5-year program. This is a monthly choice that you would make to continue your education, to keep access to the platform that I just described to you. Now, then there are people who say, no, Reimi, you know what? I'm not interested in the HFX or the DCX. I just want to learn foreign currencies. All right, so then this package here would be best suited for you, focused just on Forex. And then yet there are many of you I know who came to this call specifically to learn about investments in the digital currency world, right? Many of like Maggie's focus is in investing, building portfolios, and eventually learning how to trade digital currency. So this package is $234.95 initially to become a student of IM Mastery Academy. And then thereafter, the monthly subscription to maintain access to the tools is $174.95. All right, and then the HFX is very similar packaging, pricing. But the one thing right now, we have access to the international pricing, which is $199.95. So will you get back to the person, and we can go over these details later. But I just want to kind of give you an idea of what are people paying to be educated in this realm. That's basically what it is. All right, so we can answer more questions about that. Some of you may have concerns about making your tuition payment. And like every company, IM does give a rewards program for those of you who have study buddies, I call them. If you refer 2 people who become students of this academy, then your tuition becomes a scholarship. They will basically gift that to you for sharing this with others. And that's organically how it has grown for me. I had no intentions of telling anybody that I was trading, but people are curious and they're looking. People are praying right now for a solution. And, you know, I could just not say anything. So with that said, everybody, that is exactly what we're going to be covering tonight in telling you what are the steps to getting started. All right. So I am going to share with you the checklist that we're going to be walking through. But before I do, I'm going to pause. What are some top of mind questions that you may have at this stage with this information I shared? Any top of mind questions? Okay. Well, I'm giving you permission right now to stop me, okay, as I go through the Fast Start checklist. And I'm going to first focus on DCX, which is the digital currency students. I know there are several of you in this classroom that is specifically looking at you're launching your career in, or your student career in the realm of digital currency. Okay, so I'm going to share my desktop. I'm going to take you to my Word document here. And each of you will receive this if you would like to. Let me populate this real quick. And as you notice, it says here what to do within the first 72 hours of enrolling in our academy. And I'm just going to walk you through. And just this is, I believe, 2 pages long. And there are steps 1 through 12. All right, and this is in hopes that you do not get overwhelmed and you can go step by step and just stay really narrow, stay really focused on just what the next step is and not get distracted by all the bells and whistles that might be going on around you. And there are a lot of them. All right, so as you see up here in the header, The Winning Edge is the name of my company, and Johnny Olim and I are the leaders of it. And then we are so blessed because we have a bunch of many other leaders from Hawaii to Nevada, California, in London, in now Africa. It's just really exciting to see the growth of our team. But anyway, one of the things that we love, we have this saying that we're high tech, but we're high touch. And this checklist is kind of a representative of how we like to hold your hand. Okay, excuse me. I like to hold people's hands. I should clarify, because you know what? That's what I needed when I started. So let's just keep it simple. Step 1, you get enrolled. There are different, there's the link that I put right in here. So if you wanted to just check it out and see what is it all about, you'd be able to come into im.academy and you could walk through the packages. If you are, however, joining under the DCX package at the $199, there is a special access website, and I put that one there too. That's for the international pricing that we're going to be extending to you. Now, please, everybody, when you sign up for anything I'm about to show you, these various portals, please get a username and password booklet, like a notebook, where you're going to keep everything safe, all right? And because you're going to be using your password frequently to get into our platform. Okay, so if you have questions about that, let us know. If you particularly want to do this, but you know already the tuition is going to be an issue, then please let us help you All right. If there's a will, there is a way. And we can assist you in getting your 2 and free so that your $174.95 subscription would become a scholarship. All right. Let us know if we can assist. You don't need to be the one to explain all this to somebody. All right. That's why I'm here and my colleagues are as well. Number 2, you must stay informed. So if for our new traders on the team, you can check this off if you signed up for Telegram. That is our main messaging service that we use to communicate with you whenever we are dropping a link for a meeting or a training, or we have an announcement, we will put it in Telegram. And most importantly, when we share trade ideas, we share it right here in this platform, meaning that we would send a telegram to all of you. Hey, everybody, we should be buying XRP right now. Or this price is dropping. This is the hot thing to do right this minute. You would get a notification in your messenger. All right. So I highly recommend step 2, get into Telegram. I put the link here. Download this. Notice it says your phone and your computer. All right. Or if you have a tablet, we recommend having Telegram on every device that you're working on, because you will become savvy on being on your computer. Also, trading on your smartphone, turning it into an ATM, right? So you want to have access all the time. Number 3, get connected. We are on Facebook. And if you are a social platform person, then you can join our Winning Edge FX team. I have the link right there as well. We have a lot of learning units in there as well. If you're the type that takes initiative to go find information, that's a good one. Number 4, get ready to learn Zoom. We are on Zoom, so you already have this platform on your computer or your phone, but we recommend that you have it on all your devices, because sometimes if you are trading if you're trading HFX, you're going to want your computer to be free, but you might listen to the meeting on your phone. So when they say, let's get in for a buy or a call on USD JPY, that's a US dollar Japanese yen at price 1.723, then you can hear it, but you're on your computer free to work on it. And you're listening to that on a Zoom from your phone. Do you see? So you want to have Zoom app on all your devices so you can switch. Sometimes you want Zoom to be on your computer because you're trading on your phone. This is for Forex trading. We trade cryptocurrencies on our smartphone. Okay, so we're going to teach you all that. But in this training tonight, I wanted you to get all of the tools you need. So when we start training next week, you have it all ready. You don't have to worry about, now, what do I have to download? Okay, no, we're clearing your mind space so that you're ready to take in new information, all right? So number 5, I'd like you to go take yourself on a tour of our learning center. Now, many of you are not members yet, so I'm gonna walk you through. You're gonna click on im.center. That is our main portal to learn. And I think I might need to, let's see, sure. That you can see it. My system's a little slow. I'm in my sunroom, far away from my router. Okay, so do you see my screen here? It says ECX up top. Can someone let me know? You do see my screen, right, gang?
Yes, it's there.
Thank you, thank you. All right, by the way, I never told you about ECX. ECX is e-commerce. We do have an academy that teaches you, if you have some merchandise you like to sell and want to learn how to monetize things online, that is also another academy. But okay, so I am now here in our center, and part of this assignment in your checklist is to go into this platform and kind of look around and just kind of get the lay of land. Now, I know for students who are not members yet, you won't have access to here, but I wanted to show you what it looks like, okay? So here I'm tapping on academies, and this is where all of my 100 to 400 level videos are. I am an elite member, so notice all of these are illuminated in color, the Forex, the HFX, and DCX. Notice again that there are 2 sides of digital currency. The exchange side and the leverage side, all right? So I'm gonna tap on this DCX Exchange Academy, and notice it has a handbook, and then you can actually get in to and get started right here by clicking on it. And then it will have all of the videos listed in here. And by the way, these videos are not long. All right, they're not like 1-2 hour videos. Many of them are more like 10 to 15 minutes. All right, and I think they strategically planned it that way because us adult attention span is so short. I love learning in smaller bite-sized pieces than in long drawn out videos. All right, so anyway, notice here again, DCX 111, what is a pip in digital currencies? Entry price, and so on. Okay, so you would walk through this on your own time and learn as you go. Now, what I did is we collaborated as a team, and we went ahead and picked out the videos we felt were the most essential. Okay, so to save you some time, especially at the beginning of your career, let me pull it up. And here. Document in. I think I have too many windows open. Let me close them. Give my computer a little bit of break here. And while I'm closing my windows, what are some questions popping up for you? Let's see. Where did my little document go? Here it is. What is it? Oh my goodness, what happened to my document? Here it is. All right, guys. So I was just telling you, number 5 is to take a tour of the IM Center. And I specifically for you digital currency students, I want you to take a tour of the academies, just so that I know you know where it is and you know how to access your first videos. Now, if you skip ahead to page 2, notice on number 8, I've identified the top 6 videos to watch. I've also put in parentheses how long these videos are. So if you are a commuter and you're trying to cram this in and you have a 30-minute commute to work, yes, you might not be able to watch it, but you could certainly listen to it. And it tells you how long. So maybe you're putting your makeup or you're cooking dinner. For you multitaskers out there, these are videos that are, again, delivered in small bite-sized pieces that you could interject this and get this done fairly quickly, right? Just your first deep immersion into digital currency. DCX 101, what are digital currencies? You're gonna learn in the next one about wallets and keys, the blockchain, different types of coins, the white paper, the centralization, decentralization. These are the topics that you're going to be hearing our educators speak of in the first few videos. And so we want to give you the basic vocabulary so you're able to absorb what they're sharing. All right. So that's a little cheat sheet there for number 8. And for those of you here, like I believe Deb and Carl and Lay may be not starting in DCX, you might be starting in FRX. Well, guess what? In your sheet, I've done the exact same thing. I've listed all of the videos that are relevant for our new FRX traders. And if you are so turned on by high frequency FRX, I have one also for the HFX students, all right? All right, so we've covered a little bit about the Learning Center. And by the way, there's much more about that Learning Center, but I don't want to overwhelm you. Right now on step 5, all I want you to do is to be able to get in and to find your videos. And now you know which ones to watch first, all right? And I'm walking you through the all 1 through 12, but please, my advice is just take one step, follow that, and then check it off, and then go to the next one. Don't read through all of it and then get yourself all twisted over it. You just knock these out. Many of you, I think, already did many of these. Number 6, and that is to get into a fast start training. That's what we're doing right now. Every Wednesday at 6. I am recording this, so I can get you a copy if you need to hear it again. Get enrolled in Life-Changing FRX. Our next one, as I mentioned, is starting next week, Sunday night. Sunday night, we have Ohana night, and we welcome you to our 6 p.m. Pacific time huddle. And that is where you're informed of the latest, hottest things happening that week. We also share good news, and it's good to hear from other people that are on the journey with you. And let me tell you right now, if you don't plug in, you are really crippling yourself, okay? Just because you're a student and you're doing this for yourself doesn't mean you have to do it by yourself. And I have to just emphasize how important community is. In fact, let me see who else is on the call that could speak to this. I thought I saw Miss KJ on the call. Is she still here?
I don't see her.
Yeah. Well, KJ Scott, who just left the call, is one of our teachers, mentors. KJ started in January of 2019. Well, really took it seriously, say January 2019. In May of that year, set a goal to be a six-figure trader.
Yeah.
She brought no experience whatsoever with trading, but she studied and prayed to God, hey, if you want me to do this, then make the way. She fell short of her goal that month of May by $23,000. And we always tease her that she laughed all the way to the bank. But anyway, KJ Scott is one of the mentors that you would have access to studying with. She offers a study hall every week, and she would work with you. Okay, so people like that are just golden. And again, such a humble woman. We have these DCX study halls every Monday, KJ study hall every Wednesdays, and so on. Okay, Table of Champions, we meet every morning. I got to tell you that 90% of your success as a trader is between your ears, and your mindset is critical. So we make sure you have a place to come to get an injection of positivity in the right frame of mind every morning. All right, so we ask that you plug in and that you really work on a study schedule, because many of you haven't been studying, right? If you haven't been used to going to school, this may be a little new for you. And so we work with you on creating a time block system so you can find the little windows in your week that you could fit in a 15-minute video or a 30-minute practice session. And so this step number 7, we have a recording that can assist you in finding the blocks of time to make this happen for your life, in your life. Number 8, we already covered that, and I just want to emphasize again, I'll get you the fast start checklist that's relevant for your study, area of study, okay? And then number 9 is to learn and earn. This is when we introduce you to Go Live. That is our TV channel. And in this channel, we will assign you to an educator. Now, if you're DCX, we're gonna have you go to Curtis Cobain. He's one of our favorites. And he has on his channel, under favorites, video number 1 through 4 labeled priority. And you're going to begin with proper crypto security. He calls it Security 101. All right, so step number 9, when you're ready for this, I want you to watch this video before you take steps number 10 and 11. Or 12, okay? Because you need to do it in a certain sequence to make sure that you're doing it properly, all right? So please do step number 9, and then you can begin with getting your secure setup. With Proton Mail is what we're recommending. It is a encrypted email service that you can sign up for free. I've also included in here a link to a Shield Folio, a great place for you to keep your username and passwords confidential, because it's really important that you keep it in a safe spot and that you do not use the same username and password for your various accounts, okay? You want to change it up every single time. That is why it's so important that you have a notebook of all of your passwords, and do make sure that it is a fireproof and a waterproof notebook, because again, if you lose your passwords, you're not able to access your portfolios with all of your earnings, okay? So that's number 10. Number 11 here is preparing to invest. Some of you live in the state of Washington, for example, where certain businesses won't allow Washingtonians to participate. There are certain states that have different types of rules. And so a VPN allows you to actually have access. We're going to go into that in greater detail later, but I put it into your checklist so that when you do go through the class with Curtis, and he speaks of a VPN, you know where to go and get one. All right, it's already written in step number 11. He will also tell you about CoinGecko. This is where we go to research various projects like Maggie was mentioning. And so we're gonna walk you through this step. In fact, we're gonna be doing classes in Wenatchee, in fact, and in different parts of Las Vegas as well, where we're doing somewhat of a boot camp, mini boot camp, where we do this live with you and walk you through the steps. So by the end of our boot camp weekend, you have all of your wallets set up and have done it properly, okay? So again, these steps, I'm not gonna go in line by line, but these are the key public and private wallets that you're gonna have, so that when there is an opportunity to get into something, you are ready to execute, right? And to make that investment that is affordable. And I think that's one of the keys. In fact, Maggie, would you share a little bit about timing and why for you there's a sense of urgency in terms of making those investments now? What has your experience been?
Yes, Franny. Well, I think at the beginning of this year, I just had this strong impression about getting involved in cryptocurrency, but I kept hearing people talking about the crypto bull run that was expected this year. And of course, that is exactly what happened. January 1st, all the cryptocurrencies started taking off. And so I got in a little early. I was prepared that it was taking off. And then I've been really trying to move quickly because I'm aware of this acceleration of how fast the cryptocurrency is it's just taken off. As you notice how Ethereum, the price, I think it was up at 2,700. And of course it was like 500 before the beginning of the year. So with Ethereum taking off like that, that is kind of a precursor for all the other altcoins that they're all moving to and moving up. And
we're not talking about thousands of dollars that you put into these, right? I mean,
well, for myself, I am doing really like a low risk, high reward and getting into some of these smaller projects where you can put a couple $100 down. And you don't have to worry about a stop loss. You just know that thing's going to go up.
Well, Maggie,
find a good project, put a couple $100 down. Research it. Know there's a good team. That look at the market capitalization, how big it is, how much money's in there. Do some research about it, and then watch that price is at a good spot, and then put your $200 in there and. $200 to $400, depending on what you have. You may want to invest more if that's what you have, but if you have a small amount, you can put a $200 on a lot of different projects if you have a lot of confidence in them. This is a bull run year, so it's time to get in. And that's why I was trying to move real quick to tell people about this, to get in so they don't miss this huge thing, this transformational technology platform that's happening, and it's just going to be amazing. So I've got my small investments in different projects, and so that's what I want to encourage people that are on here and they're listening, just to get moving. Don't wait. That's what I really want to say. Don't wait, because you're going to miss it if you jump in now and just get into take these courses. Do your little basic things, start looking at these. If you're going into digital currencies, go in there, start looking at some of those projects, and you can start investing and put some small amounts of money on some of these projects that are ready to really take off.
Since there's Wenatchee people here, my son goes to Eastmont, and a couple of the math teachers there are on our team. And they are really big into cryptocurrency. And several months ago, Jason Erdman said, Reimi, come on, stop what you're doing and let's get this going. and he got me onto crypto.com. He just literally like was adamant, you got to do this. Okay. So he walked me through it. And I bought $100 of a polka dot. I didn't even know what polka dot was. And Ethereum. And my money is doubled. I forgot about it basically, you know, and I'd blow $100, you know, going to Costco and buying, you know, snacks and stuff, you know, saying. So I said, okay, I can do that. But anyway, that's just an example. That was like going in without a whole lot of knowledge. Now that I know what's happening and how I gotta get wrap my head around this. I've been so busy loving my FRX and HFX. Now I'm ready to get my head around this. And so we want to walk you through it, guys, so that you are doing it safely. All right. And the information is at our fingertips. So, okay, there you have it. I just want you to know that we are here for you to give you whatever you need to know for you to make an educated decision on whether you even want to pursue the free class. There's nothing, again, to lose, no obligation. You'll know in your belly if this is the right thing to pursue. So before we wrap up, Deb, Carl, Lay, Susan, Crystal, any questions? All right. I'm going to get you the checklist. I'll send it to Nate. So Nate will have it and he can forward it on. Some of you, I think I have your contact information. Maggie, I'll get you that checklist, the PDF, okay, for the DCX team and for the FRX side too. And then if Crystal or Susan or any of your other guests would like to get a copy of it, you can certainly take a peek. Also, make sure you get the link for our session on Sunday night for the orientation and the free class. John, any final comments before we go?
All I can say is have fun with it. You know, it's good. The first week is going to be overwhelming for anybody that's never done stuff before. So don't get scared and just have fun with it. And it's like Reimi was saying early on, you know, it's like a fire hose coming at you. You're going to get so much information, but eventually it's going to sink in, and you're going to love it once it sinks in.
Yeah, just kind of let it wash over you. You know, like going to a foreign country, they start speaking Spanish or French to you, and you're like, I don't know what you're saying, but I read your body language, right? And you kind of just be gracious and go with it. That's exactly how it'll feel in week one. And I often use the analogy of alphabets, okay? Just learn your alphabets in week one. A, B, C, right? You never knew 26 characters. You never knew that at one time in your life. But now you know your alphabet. You can sing the song. You can make a word, right? Putting those letters together. Now you can make sentences. You make paragraphs. You can speak it, read it, write it. That's exactly what is going to happen to you if you give yourself a chance to learn something. All right.
Reimi, could I interject something? I just want to encourage those that are on here, you know, that the amount of money you're looking at, $174, is so minimal that, and there's no risk involved with this. So it's, you're basically investing in yourself for an education. And even if you take a leap, even if you did it for a couple of months, you don't have to continue anything. But just taking that step alone, you could receive that money back just from trading in there and doing investing, receive the money back alone. So there's very little risk in this. And so I just want to encourage people.
It's like paying for college, but you're getting a really good discount.
Yeah. Yes.
Getting something that's going to help you make money.
Well, and you can monetize that. Where in college you're learning, but you're not earning yet. You wait, right? And then you go and get a job with, hopefully because of your degree. That's what I love. And as a mother, I just love doing it with my son because I know this is something that's empowering him, no matter what he's going to pursue. You know, and by the way, trading might not be your end-all passion, but if you have a why, a mission in life, this is a means to accomplishing your mission, right? And so think of it that way. What are your choices? I mean, I'm looking at, do I want to sell makeup or detergent or nutritional products, or do I want to go out and get another job? No, not at this stage of my life. I've done many of those things already. I like to study in my pajamas when I want to study in the middle of the night. I like to trade when I want to trade, you know? And now we can trade on the weekends, which is so cool. So anyway, I can keep going on. I love you all. Thank you so much. God bless you. And just let him lead you to the right decision. We're here to support you along your journey, wherever we know, again. And by the way, if this is not for you, it's okay. You were here for some reason. Maybe there's someone in your life that is praying for this solution, and you're the one who's supposed to tell them about it. Okay, so please keep an open heart and mind, and we appreciate you passing the word on. But thank you so much for your time tonight. Right, so I'll get you those checklists, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Reimi.
All right.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Take care.
Thank you, Reimi.
Bye-bye.